Hey guys, WhipChip here with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be reviewing the LEGO Legends of Chima Lion Temple set. Now, I have a ton of bias towards this set, as it is one of those sets that is a dream set to me, that I finally was able to get last summer. It has got to be one of my favorite LEGO sets, and it is such a fun playset too. You get a big temple and a ton of really cool little side builds. First, let's take a look at that temple. Now, this lion temple definitely has a big presence to it. You can see just how big it is compared to a minifigure. I love it so much. And one of the coolest parts about it is that you can sort of change the shape of how it's designed. You can sort of see these walls on the side are sort of flat, and those are perfect because you're able to sort of rearrange the set in the sense of you can close these walls in. They clip in, and it's like a little mini fortress, and I love that so much. It's sort of a feature they did with the Knight and Castle later on, but was done here first, and I think it looks so good. I could see how this would be really nice to put on a shelf just because it's a little more compact, but also when you fold them out, it really does feel like a big fortified area, and it just looks so good. Over here, you can sort of see this cannon area, which is really nice. You can put a minifigure there, and you can sort of shoot your enemies, which is really nice. I love doing that. And they use one of those old Technic like launcher pieces, and it really packs so much power into hitting your minifigures. If you can hit them, it's so cool to see. You can just sort of see, this is where you're supposed to put Longtooth, and you can just sort of see it's on a ball joint. They got some nice, like these lion fangs on the side. It just looks like such a cool cannon to me, and I like it so much. Definitely adds a lot to the set, and really makes, again, feel like a big fortress. Moving down, I love this tower right here. This definitely looks like something that would be in sort of like this jungle area, where you can sort of see it's like got stone, as well as a little bit of yellow paint, but then the walls are sort of chipping to show this brick. I love how this temple seems to be built into a mountain, and I just really like that, or like it's out in the middle of the jungle. You can sort of just see just the different colors that they use to sort of give that nice design. Over here, you can sort of see that there's a little bit of a flag for each side. They have just a lion symbol on it. Those are stickered, and they appear 4 times across the set. You can also see this little hidden passageway, which is such a cool little detail. There's so many cool like little areas and passageways that in this set, and it's just such a cool thing. Moving on to the other side, you can see this sort of another trapdoor with some vegetation growing on it, which I really like, or maybe some fake vegetation to trick your enemies. Again, such a cool little play feature. Some more vegetation, as well as a helipad, I guess, to put the Eagle Jet that comes in the set. You can see another one of those flags, which is, of course, nice to see. Really makes this feel like, again, like a big alliance or something, like the Lion Alliance. Now, these stairs right here are very nice. They're, again, very reminiscent of the show, which is where a lot of action takes place. Again, they're smaller than the show, but still very good, where they can hand out their chi to the people of Chima. You can also see this bridge, very nice and tiled. Looks like a really cool tribal bridge, as well as this lion head. There's stickers on each side, but I love the way this lion head is designed. They do a very good job. Even back in 2013, I still think this set really holds up. Now, this majestic lion head isn't just for show. If you see, you can put a minifigure on this bridge, maybe Laval and Craig are fighting, and then you sort of just pull the snob in the back, which is all the way back here. I'll show you guys what it looks like later, but you just pull it, and the bridge slides through, and the head comes down and sort of chomps on your minifigure, which is such a cool play feature and kind of hilarious. You can just sort of see, again, here we go. Here's Krager without his weapon. You can just sort of slide this lever in the back, and he chomps on the minifigure until they fall through into sort of this pit. Now, this pit is really cool. I used to really enjoy, like, thinking about the minifigures falling through into this pit, but in this pit, you can just sort of see a little bit of detail. It's got some water here. I guess some gross leftover chi water that doesn't have any power anymore, as well as a spider and some vines. Definitely a swampy area you don't want to be dumped into, which is really cool. Especially adds a little bit of danger for the lions, as you know, they can't swim in the TV show. But in all seriousness, this play feature is actually so cool. The lion head coming down is so like fierce and awesome. I just love it so much. You can just sort of see the back area where you activate that. It's just sort of like this giant Technic pin that runs through it. You also have these beams on the side, which are kind of great because when you are, doing it, they kind of look like they're dancing. Just a little side thing that I noticed. But honestly, it is such a cool play feature. You can also see that there's this cannon up here, not in the TV show, and it's definitely something interesting, but you just sort of, I guess, it's sort of a last precaution, I guess, for anybody trying to steal the chi. Very interesting. Again, wasn't in the TV show. A very odd choice. Now you can see here, you kind of got this chair here for Gravis, as well as the smallest pool of chi ever. If you have ever watched the Chima show, you know the pool of chi is so much bigger than that, but honestly, it doesn't bug me that much. It kind of looks alright, and I mean, I don't want it any bigger, because then it would take up space. You can also see Gravis's throne does turn around and all that. It's not that interesting, and it is a little bit hard to fit him with the cape, but it's alright. Now, I love the little blue details all throughout here. I love the waterfall flowing throughout this entire build. It is so pretty, and it looks so nice. They use like tiles and a couple studs, and they use white underneath it, and it just looks so majestic and beautiful. I love it when LEGO does something like this, and it reminds me a lot of like, just again, waterfalls, and very nice. You can also see up here is Laval's room, you know, following up the stairs, which is again, very nice. It got a couple more of those banners, as well as a bed, as well as a mug. You can put a minifigure in there. I mean, of course, you wouldn't want Kragger in his room, but of course, you can fit Laval in there, which is of course very nice. I love how they sort of like detailed his room. I mean, it would have been nice to get a Sir Punch-a-Lot, but you know, whatever. Again, you can see that wrench, as well as I really like the gold pillow. I think that adds something, as well as the extra key in the set. You'll see the other key from the pair elsewhere. Now, above Laval's room, you can see this balcony area, which is so cool. I love it. I love thinking that like Gravis overlooks Chima throughout this balcony and not on that throne. It is such a cool little detail, and it is perfect to fit a minifigure in. It is so cool. Also, there's something really cool up here with this orb. Now, I'm pretty sure this piece containing this at the top of the temple is supposed to be from Ice Planet, but it looks like a giant, like, I guess, orb of chi. And it fits really well to sort of have, I guess, the main centerpiece, almost as if this is where all the chi comes from, at the very top of the temple. Removing the lid to it, you can see inside is a golden chi, which is actually a pretty rare part to get, so that's always very nice. To get, of course. I love the golden chi, and it does have a big presence in the TV show, so it's always nice to get multiple of them. But yeah, I absolutely love these waterfalls. Now, turning it around, you can see each tower has sort of, I guess, some personality to it. This one inside has a piece of chi, as well as I think that is a sword, which is very nice. It's one of the classic knight swords. You also have this balcony area, which is super good to play, I guess, to put your minifigures there, to sort of have them, like, I guess, ready for battle, just in case, you know, any of the crocodiles or ravens or wolves come to attack. You can just put your minifigure here on this little balcony area, and I feel like that's super cool. I could also see, you know, maybe some kid having some fun and fights with that. You can just see on each side you have enough room to store one minifigure. It's just enough. You can also see on this bottom of the floor you have a map room from Chima with this broom, which is super cool. I really like that little detail, as again, the map room was actually a pretty big episode in Chima, so that was really cool. Again, you can just sort of see that passageway into the Lion Temple. Same on this other side, but this other side is actually really cool because on here you have a jail cell. You can also see that clip right there to connect it to make it close permanently, or I guess clip in. Now this jail cell, you know, of course, can just open up. You can say put Kragger in there. However, there is a little bit of an issue because Kragger's snout is just a little bit long, so when you do close the door, you sort of have to smush him in there and make his head kind of turn. That way he will actually fit in there. I have done it before and it works pretty well. You can also see just that other key, like I said and mentioned before, that is there. Now you can just sort of see from the back, the bottom doesn't look too great because, you know, you have all of the plot spots for the function of the head, but either way, it doesn't really matter to me as it looks so good. Now down here is the garage area. Now you can put sort of one of these lion cars in, which we will take a look at later, but yeah, you can sort of just load this car into this like garage area, and it has a really cool function. You sort of smack down hard on this and it launches it from the waterfall. So of course it won't do nearly as good or roll nearly as far from this angle, but of course, because we are also in the grass, it does kind of get stuck, but on land, or I guess on like tile, it rolls really far, and it is so cool to see. You can also see that this waterfall sort of blocks the passageway, and again, it provides such a majestic thing to Chima. Now this little car area you can see is really nice. You get 2 of these in the set. You got a couple of blasters on each side, which I really like, as well as these fangs in the front. Really does some damage, I feel like, to your minifigures. I love it so much. Again, there's enough room to fit 1 minifigure, or I guess 2, because there is studs on the back. It is such a cool little vehicle, and like I said, you do get 2 in the set. So it is such a cool thing to sort of have, like, I guess your Lion Knights ride on. Next up, we have this Eagle Jet. Now this Eagle Jet is very simple, but very nice at the same same time. You got some little claws at the bottom, as well as some wings, and some levers for the Eagle Queen or the Eagle King to fly around. This is such a nice little inclusion, and again, I love how they give these little side builds for these tribes. Next up, we have this crocodile vehicle. Of course, we do have to have an enemy in this set, of course, King Kragger. Now, I absolutely love this little crocodile thing. I think I like it more than that $15 crocodile set, which I do have 2 of. This is such a cool thing, because you can sort of open and shut that jaw, and it looks just so cool. I feel like this is, like, it's really nice, and I like how long it is, because it really feels like a crocodile. It also has a stickered, a lot of stickers on this one. It has a couple stickers on the, like, the snout of it, as well as the console. Now, next up, we have, I guess for the first minifigure, we have Laval. Now, this is a very nice minifigure. If you don't know how Chima minifigures work, their head piece goes over their head, which is very nice. Laval does have a cape on this one, which is really nice to get. I love getting Laval. Even though he was the main character, he did only come in a select few sets. So, of course, it is very nice to get him. I absolutely love Laval. One of those minifigures that I just really enjoy having. His weapon in this set is very interesting. It's got an axe piece, like a translucent blue axe, as well, like sort of with this Chima sword, which this Chima sword is just a lightsaber blade inside that gold frame. Very, very nice, but taking off this mask piece, or I guess like this mask on Laval, you can sort of see a creepy look, but it adds for some really different looks for Laval, which is very nice. Now, taking off his head, you can see just, you know, how his cape attaches, as well as this harness. That is just a 1x1 blue stud in there. Next up, we have Legravis, the King of the Lions. I absolutely love this minifigure, and for the longest time I didn't have him, even though he was a main character in the TV show. It is very nice to get him. Finally, for me at last, you can see he has this really cool weapon, which I really enjoy. It's sort of like this chi-powered spear, which I don't know. They have like such cool weapons in Chima. I absolutely love it. I also love his gray mane. It is a very nice minifigure. He feels very royal to me with his golden harness and his dark blue cape. Again, a very nice minifigure. You can see his other expression sort of makes him look a little more, I guess, relaxed, which is, again, very nice and a little more appropriate for Legravis from the TV show. Again, you can sort of just see how big his spear is. Very nice, though. I really like Chima's brick belt weapons. They always go all out with these minifigures and their weapons. Very nice. You can also see this guy has a gold chest plate, as well as one of those 1x1 blue studs. Looking at his torso, these Chima minifigures have so much detail in their torsos. It's so nice to see. I especially like Legravis's printing for his. Next up, we have, I think his name is Eaglor. This is the King of the Eagles, and he only comes in one other set, which is the $50 set. He has these wings attached to his harness on the back, which, you know, adds just the studs, which is very nice. He has this gold eagle headpiece, and again, gold. Very nice. You can see that this is actually a very weird face. One side has pupils and one side does not. I don't know why, and on both of my copies are the exact same thing. I just don't get why one has pupils and one doesn't. Taking off the whole wing attachment, you can just sort of see this very nice dress, which I very much like. I also like his spear. Next up, we have Longtooth. Now, this guy has been through something. He's definitely mangled. I mean, look at all those scars. They're so crazy. Again, he has a pretty unique weapon, which is very nice, but this is a very standard lion. No chest plate or any of that, and a very simple weapon at that. I do like all of his scars, though. He definitely looks very maned. Next up, we have King Kragger, the main villain of Chima. This guy also has a very intricate weapon, which I really like. I love the tattered cape, too. It's so cool. I love the weapon, too. I think I already said that, but it's just such a cool weapon. I love the gold of it. Very royal. And again, it just used a lightsaber blade inside one of those gold frames. You can see that this guy has so many cool things. Kragger came in a ton of sets, especially in the second year, and as well as the first year, of course. So did Laval, and as well as Legravis, but this guy, again, very nice. Kragger actually came in more sets than Laval in year one, so it is crazy to see him here, but you see he has a happy face on the back. As you know, he is a good character, but his sister is the one turning him evil. Moving that, you can see just the very intricate printing of Kragger. Next up, we have Crawley. Now, this is a very, very generic minifigure. I have so many of this minifigure, but it is always nice to get. I love getting these little scouts. This guy looks like he's definitely on something. Maybe he's on Chi. I don't know. Again, these Chima minifigures have so much great detailing. He does also come with a piece of Chi, which makes for a total of 3 pieces of Chi in this set, plus the golden Chi. It is kind of crazy, though, as the Lion Temple is where all of the Chi is deposited. Very, very interesting minifigure, and I'm so glad we got a second of him. Now, next up, we have Razor. Now, Razor is the main leader of the Ravens, and he actually is really kind of hard to get. I mean, again, this is relatively speaking. He comes with a chainsaw in this set, as well as a hook. This is actually the only copy of Razor that I own, so I very much value this minifigure, as again, like, he is kind of a main character in the TV show. I love the gold chest plate for this guy. I think it really complements the black of the wings. It just looks so nice. Again, you can sort of see the nice torso. Okay, overall, I absolutely love this set. This has got to be one of my favorite all-time LEGO sets. So if you ever see this on my list, don't be surprised. This is one of the many chances where I'm so happy I have a YouTube channel. That way I can get my word about how much I just love this set. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a wonderful day. I will hopefully be making more Chima stuff soon, so stay tuned. Bye!